영국 런던 벅스톤 스트리트에 소재한 스피탈필즈 시티팜. 이곳은 2차 세계대전을 겪으며 황폐화된 곳을 주민들이 자발적으로 텃밭처럼 활용하고 가축을 기르며 시작됐다. 현재 2에이커 규모로 운영되는 이곳에선 다양한 동물들을 만날 수 있으며 과일과 채소 재배도 이루어지고 있다. 농장엔 누구나 무료로 들어와 자유롭게 구경하고 활동할 수 있으며 도심에 위치한 만큼 작년에만 3천여 명의 아이들이 이곳을 찾았다고 한다.
I think that particularly in this country, after the pandemic, there was a lot of sort of pent-up desire for people to be outside. So I think that had a big impact on the numbers of people who wanted to volunteer.
치유를 위해 농장에 온 아이들과 어른들은 프로그램 참여자가 아닌 자원봉사자로 일하는데 스태프들에게 일을 배운 후 채소를 심어 가꾸고 동물을 관리하는 등 농장을 유지하고 관리하는 일을 한다고 한다.
So at the moment in this country through the health system there's a big push of a thing called social prescribing. So social prescribing is the idea that if someone goes to see their doctor, so our volunteers come and they contribute to the kind of what's being grown and here, but there's no payment attached to any social prescribing referral. We have people who donate when they come to visit, so there's no charge, but people can donate. So we're a charity, but we're also what's described in this country as a social enterprise. That's one thing. We hire out our spaces so people can have events, birthday parties here. So when people come here, we really encourage all of the volunteers to kind of work together. So, they'll have their lunch together. So they might all be doing different jobs, but at some point during the day, we'll bring them together so that they can spend some time together and get to know each other. So I guess it's important to recognise that although they're coming here and benefiting us, it's important for us to think about how we can help benefit.
And that will be usually specific for two groups of people, learning disabled young people and adults, and then the other group they may work with would be people that have a mental health diagnosis, perhaps, so anxiety and depression, either medically or not quite medically. And then those people, they tend to have something called an individual budget. You can have an individual money given to you from the government for your care, to use that money to pay for a care farming service.
영국은 각기 떨어져 있는 시티팜들이 서로 교류하고 발전할 수 있도록 돕는 시스템이 구축되어 있다. 이런 역할을 맡고 있는 기관이 소셜 팜 & 가든이라는 곳인데 이곳은 잉글랜드와 스코틀랜드, 북아일랜드, 웨일즈에 위치한 시티팜의 네트워킹을 돕고 있으며 시티팜의 스태프과 자원봉사자, 방문객 교류, 대응 등에 대한 트레이닝을 진행한다. 이러한 케어팜을 포함한 커뮤니티 가든은 영국에 3,000개 정도가 있으며 이와 관련된 트레이닝과 인증 업무도 맡고 있다.
So community garden it can be a very wide range. So it could be somebody lives in a tower block and they have the green space outside. They grow a few fruit and vegetables with their neighbours, and that is a community garden. Or it can be a large space on the outside of the city that's growing fruit and vegetables. They will do a box scheme. Often it's space that is owned by the council, but it's managed by the community. That there was a lot of anxiety and depression that they couldn't do anything about because people were homeless or they didn't have enough furniture or they were lonely and the doctor couldn't help because it wasn't a medical reason for the anxiety and depression. It's a non-medical anxiety and depression, and that is the area where these spaces can really, really help. So, you're great at growing food, or you're awful at growing food, but you're really good at making tea. Or you're awful at making tea, but you're very good at making people feel welcome. So there's a kind of concept of everybody brings something, and that, I think, is really an important part of the work. You can be involved with the garden in a way that's useful. I mean, the city farms and care farms, they will train people, and you can have qualifications in agriculture. So yeah, there's like a pipeline. There's social return on investment. There's cost benefit analysis. So for example, if somebody has anxiety and depression and they don't go to hospital, that saves money. That saves the state money. Right. The economic benefit on the individual, that will save the state money. So, hello Korean care farmers. I understand that more care farms are opening in Korea, which is wonderful to hear. And I would offer one main piece of advice is to link with each other and learn from each other and try and meet up in person. And then you can work out what is going really well in your organizations and communicate that to those people that will support you. And I think working together, and that reflects the importance of the work that you do to include people, to include all the people of Korea in your work.